Welcome aboard the 4 to 7 pod with your favorite podcast host Chris and Jerry. This was supposed to be a crossover episode with my other podcast, the Emergency Landing Pod, since the Jets play the Buccaneers this week. We got Jerry repping the Bucks, so we thought it would be a good idea to have a little crossover, but uh, unfortunately, my co-hosts for that pod did not quite cooperate. But there is still a chance that
Could be.
we might get a special out of the bullpen appearance later on in the show. But yeah, for now, I'm just gonna be a regular episode of the 4 to 7 pod. But I'm sure we'll do a little. Jets Bucks preview at some point, regardless. But we'll start with the regularly scheduled programming. I guess we could start. I guess we could start off with the Yankees, and but I'd ask how you're doing, but that just seems like a very rhetorical question at this point.
Yes.
But yeah, we could start off with the Yankees. So the Yankees finished that tough stretch of their season. Well, not of the season, but that tough stretch of September where they had the Red Sox, Tigers, Astros, and Blue Jays. They finished that 12-game stretch 7-5. So one,
That's a win.
one game over 500. So or 2 games over 500. So we'll certainly take that. Definitely some encouraging moments to take away from there. And we are now. We now have handled business again against the Minnesota Twins, although it was probably a little more stressful. It was probably a little bit more of a stressful series than we're used to as far as playing the Twins goes. But a win, a series win is a series win nonetheless. Now now we enter the final 3 series of the regular season. We got we got 4 against Baltimore starting tomorrow, and then we got 3 against the White Sox, and then another final 3 at home against Baltimore to close out the regular season.
And those are 2 teams that are already on 1-2-3 Cancun time.
Yeah. So but the rest of our schedule is pretty much packed up and in Cancun. I'm sure can't come soon enough for either organization, but I'm sure they'll find a way to steal a game from us at some point, or make it a little more annoying than it needs to be.
Yeah, I know plenty about that.
Yeah. Yes, you do, and it seems like there's quite a bit of PTSD going on in Mets land now, but more on that in a minute. But
I guess I should ask the question: do you feel a little bit more confident about next month after this 12 games before the Twin series, but coming out of that? And I should add, you did mention 7-5. If not for one very iffy call, probably 8-4.
yeah, if not for Brian Walsh, letting his Yankee hate shine in that one game, and he almost tried to steal another game from us after that too. But yeah, if not for all that, 8-4 is a possibility. Although we did dig ourselves into a pretty deep hole that game, but yeah, 8-4 could have very much been on the table for that stretch. And yeah, I would say at this point, I do feel better, and I feel like pretty much going into the playoffs that it looks like it's most likely going to be. I think right now it's saying, right now I think we would have Seattle because Boston just lost. So we'd have right now we'd have Seattle. So it's most likely it's either going to be Seattle or Boston or maybe Houston. The AL West is still very much that division's still very much up for grabs. So it really could be
Dare I say it, the AL Central might be up for grabs.
yeah.
The Tigers,
They're
far be it for me to say it right now about anybody else, but y'all
they
good.
sure are. Yeah, they sure are tigering it. Yeah, they're what once seemed like they were a shoe-in to just win that division. Now it's now they're only up 4 games. So that's so they're a little close they're a little close for comfort right now too, and they don't seem to be playing their best baseball either.
They,
So
they still have 4 games left with the Guardians.
yeah, that series starts tomorrow.
No. That wraps
Or
tomorrow.
or
The Guardians have
that
won the first 2.
that's the last series, and then they got one more.
Yeah, Tuesday through Thursday next week, and then they finish with the Red Sox. So they can't really coast.
Oh boy, no, they cannot. Oh, and those games are in Cleveland next week.
Oh,
That
boy.
could be might have to make a trip.
Ooh. I just want to put it on the record that people may ask if I would be going to the last series in Miami. One, I can't because on Friday and Saturday I genuinely do have work. And if you think me, with everything about my mental state that I've revealed on this podcast, if you think I am willingly going to a game 162 between the Mets and Marlins, you are out of your goddamn mind.
Where would you rather be?
Preferably underground.
Understandable. Well, this podcast is a metaphor for the subways, so consider yourself there.
You know when they tell you when the tornadoes come in, like to get under and wait till it's over. If I don't have to watch game 162, that'd be great.
Yeah, if we could just if there could just be a endless tornado warning for like 48 hours, and then you can come out of your basement Tuesday morning and find out then like whether or not you made the playoffs. So it would probably spare you.
My house might be gone, so be it, but I live.
I lived, bitch.
you know, as they say, you can replace things, you can't replace lives.
That's a fact. Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, there are no actual imminent tornado or hurricane warnings coming your way, are there?
No, we're good here, thankfully.
Okay. All right, just making sure.
It's that time of year, you never know.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's something to keep an eye on for the next week and a half, 2 weeks, 2 months. With it being that time of year, but Detroit definitely has their work cut out for them. The NL Central is not going to come easy to them. Astros, Mariners looks like that's going to be a battle to the end, and they also play each other this weekend. So I gotta hand it to the MLB script writers and the schedule makers. We always hear about the NFL script writers and how much they're cooking, but the MLB script writers, I was not familiar with your game, and you got a Sunday night baseball game of the potential rubber match of that series,
and to that, the first 2 pitching matchups are Brian Wu versus Hunter Brown, and George Kirby versus Framber Valdez.
Ooh,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, no, that's as good as it gets. And then do they have like another series in the regular season after that, or is that? I think that's it.
That is actually the Mariners' last AL series for the regular season.
Oh wow! So then after that, it's all
they get the Rockies. They get the Rockies at home, and then the Dodgers at home.
Oh boy. Yeah, and the Dodgers might actually need that series, like,
Yeah,
or they might at least need some games because I mean, they're
San Diego
only a
kind
game
of
and
hanging
a half
around.
up on San Diego right now.
Yeah, it's 1.5, which I didn't realize it was that close. But and if any team needs the bye, it's probably the Dodgers because of all the injuries.
Right. Yeah, all the injuries, and you can stretch out Otani a little more and maybe get some
Well,
more
I want to say they threw
length
him
out of
80
him.
last night.
He only threw one inning last night.
No, he threw 80 last night. He had, I
Oh,
believe I
80
saw,
pitches.
I think the stat I saw, this was pretty nuts. This tells you, one, that Otani's got it back, but two, the Dodger bullpen is going to be their fatal flaw. It's that the Dodgers became the first team since at least 1906 to get 5 no-hit innings or more from a starting pitcher, and then have the bullpen allow 9 or more runs.
Damn. Yeah, that seems to kind of be an ongoing theme for them. Ever since they blew that no hitter against the Orioles in the ninth inning. It
Oh,
seems
I
like
mean,
they've just
Tanner Scott's just kind of been this all year.
he's kind of just been they dare I say they got sold a bill of goods with him.
They may have. And people have been out here saying this is why you don't give relievers big money like that. And I still would pay Edwin Diaz if he opts out, even with
Yeah,
all that information. That sign won't stop me because I can't read.
exactly. And it's like I don't know. I feel like with giving relievers big money like that, it feels very much like a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. Because I
Yeah, because
mean,
where are you going to go?
if you don't re-sign Edwin Diaz, then who are you replacing him with? Are you going to give
Yeah.
another reliever big money, or like, is there someone in your farm system you just hope can come out and be that and be that dude?
And plus, if you lose him, then you lose all the leverage if you go get anyone else because everyone else knows, oh, you're screwed because you don't have a back end guy now. So the price of the brick goes up even
Yeah,
further.
yesterday's price is no longer today's price, and yeah, it's a whole can of worms.
Big tariff season.
Yeah. Yeah, tariffs really having their impact on everything, including the reliever market in Major League Baseball. But it'll definitely be, definitely will be something to keep an eye on in the off season. But yeah, I mean the AL is shaping up to be the AL shaping up to be a real shit show. I said before we went on the air that I don't think we're gonna catch. I don't think at this point that we're gonna catch Toronto. I know that 4 games isn't a whole lot of games as far as a deficit to make up, and we do have a pretty easy back end of the schedule. And then Toronto looks like they got Tampa Bay, who they actually lost to Tampa Bay tonight. They played, so they got another 3 games against. Or wait, no, they have one more game against Tampa. And then they play the Royals, who are also like fighting for their lives right now.
Yeah, still in it.
Yeah, not quite dead. And then next week they
I think the Rays
play.
again.
Yeah, they. Oh wow, and Boston.
Yeah, that's. Oh boy.
Yeah, they
Oh
play
wow.
Boston.
Bassett and Scherzer to close out a series that could decide the AL East.
You know,
Good
I
luck.
might have to. I might have to take that back, but honestly, at this point, I feel like if that's the way it goes, I almost feel like Boston might have a better chance of taking the East than we do.
Uh huh.
So that yeah, so that'll be interesting. There's this is where the multi view in on MLB.TV comes in super handy, like for weeks like this. I wonder if it could be a situation where we have like like an insane last last day of the regular season like we did in like 2011.
Well, that's why they do on the last day. I think every game starts at 3:00
Oh shit,
explicitly
Justin's
for
here.
that purpose. They started doing that.
Yeah.
What up, Justin?
Hey.
Welcome back from the Mets game. Sorry you had to endure that.
Fucking nonsense, man. Fucking nonsense. We should have won that game. Fucking should have won it.
Yeah, Jerry was showing me the video that how Juan Soto like missed the foul pole.
Yeah, yo. I thought that was a home run. I thought that was a home run.
In real time, I thought it was out.
Oh,
and then it took like a good 3 seconds. It took them showing people in the stands being like, no, don't tell me that's not out. And yeah.
It was insane. It was right there. It could have hit the fucking pole. Could have hit the pole slightly to the right.
Yeah, and he just I forget. I think we talked about it before we recorded, but the game that we were all at too, the David Wright game, he also just missed a home run in the ninth.
Yeah,
like 3 feet.
Yeah, it was bad. It was unfortunate. It was unfortunate. And then fucking Peterson gives up a grandy. That's what really costs us the game.
Yeah. It's because you know the deal with the Padres. If they have the lead when they get to their bullpen, you're screwed.
You're fucked. Yep. And we couldn't. We couldn't. Our bullpen wasn't good enough.
Well, for once, I can't blame them. They gave up 1 run. That was.
Yeah.
If we miss the playoffs by like 3 Soto foul balls that missed by like this much, I will swallow my own eyeballs.
It might be that situation.
I've said it here on the show, Justin, but if they get into the wild card and they go out in 2, like I could live with that more than that not getting in.
Yeah, no, not getting in is terrible. Going out in 2, somewhat acceptable. Yeah.
Not getting in after like everything would the memes would be endless. I mean, you would still kind of get made fun of, I think, if you lost in 2 to presumably the Dodgers, but like that's like at least respectable and understandable. And I think like the temperature would cool down a little bit. Like, hey, you made the playoffs, and once you get there, it's kind of a crapshoot. So at least you got there.
Yeah.
Plus, someone else will have a worse loss in the playoffs, so we'll get forgotten about.
Yeah. I'll take it. But this was a must win. A must win. We needed to sweep the fucking Padres.
Well, I would have taken a series win. You have to sweep the Nationals. Like you've got to take that. I would say you have to sweep the Marlins, but we know that's not happening.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the Cubs, we need a series win.
Well, it kind of depends where the Cubs are.
The Cubs just clinched.
They clinched. Yeah, they clinched.
Well, I mean, I look at it from like if they're definitely the 4 seed, they're definitely going to be home in the first round, and they don't have to worry about the Padres catching them. Then they might start rearranging their lineup and their rotation in a way where it's like, yeah, we're just going to punt this series. It doesn't matter to us what happens, which would be good for us.
Yeah, I would take that if they want us to fucking take the lead, take the second wild card. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and they're let's see, they're 5 games. They're 5 games behind the Brewers. So I mean, they're probably not catching the Brewers.
Yeah.
I think the Brewers can clinch this weekend if I remember correctly.
And they play the Angels. So yeah, they play the Angels. Well, they got one more game against the Angels tomorrow, and then the Brewers play they play a weekend series against the Cardinals, who are Cardinals aren't technically dead, right? But they're like basically
they're on the outer edges.
Yeah. I mean, they're more alive than the Marlins are.
Yeah.
I can't quite make out what the I don't know what the Brewers' magic number is. I think it's 6.
Six
Needs more to
for six
clinch.
for the division.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems about right. I think it would be like 6 for the division, and I think
8
it's
for the
like
1 seed.
yeah, like 8 or 9 for the 1 seed.
Philly better not get that 1 seed.
But I would say, Chris, like, do you feel like there's stuff that's? I mean, I know you've said you felt better coming out of that stretch, having gone 7-5. But like, is there stuff that you can point to where it's like, okay, this is improved from 2 months ago, where this got better, or this guy showed up? And obviously, I know Cam Schlittler's going to be one of those things. But what else has lifted the mood?
Yeah, Cam Schlittler. Yeah, Cam Schlittler obviously has been a delight to watch. I would say that for the most part, as of late, I feel like, knocking on wood as I say this, but like I feel like our bullpen, like a lot of our bullpen issues have kind of settled down. I mean, yesterday yesterday you had the game where we go up 10-1 and we still almost blow it. But I mean, we held on for the win, and we're starting to see. We're starting to see Camilo Duval and Devin Williams come into higher leverage situations. Like, I still wouldn't trust either of them as like the full-time closer, but like tonight, I guess Bednar wasn't available because you had to use them last night because you blew that massive lead. But Bednar and Devin Williams both held their own. So, I'm like cautiously optimistic that like if those guys like Duval and Williams can like figure it out and be on point going into October, that, suddenly again, our bullpen might look as good as like it was supposed to be, or as good as it was supposed to look, when the season started, even before we made some of those acquisitions. Obviously it's like one of those things that's extremely volatile and can kind of change on the flip of a coin. But, I'd say right now that's something that has me feeling better. The fact that Max Fried has been, he's still been mowing down hitters ever since Squirrel Gate. Investigate.
Got that rabies booster.
Yeah, investigate Fried for rabies. That's got me. Feeling pretty. That's got me feeling pretty good. Will Warren. I mean, he didn't have a great showing against the Red Sox, but overall he's been serviceable. And I think overall, also the fact, I would say a big mood booster is just not having to see Anthony Volpe play every day anymore, because it looks like, I mean, they haven't really come out and said it out loud, but it does seem like Jose Caballero has taken over the starting shortstop job.
I didn't mention this on the show last week, but I'm sure you saw this stat too, Chris. Anthony Volpe now has more strikeouts in his career than Don Mattingly had for his. And I saw that for the first time. I'm like, those words should not be in that order.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, Don Mattingly played for what, like 15, 20 years? He played for
13. 12 or 13?
Yeah, he played from 82 to 95. So I think that would be like, 94 was the strike year. So yeah, I guess that rounds out to like, 14 years or 13 and a half years, maybe.
Which, if people do that, some version of that stat with Tony, it's like, Stanton struck out this many times in one season. Tony Gwynn did this for his whole career. It's like, yeah, that's Tony Gwynn. That's different.
Yeah, it's like Stanton's going to hit 500 home runs.
Yeah, that's okay. Like Don Mattingly was like a middle of the order hitter, like, and a good one, but like
not a power
13
hitter.
years worth of strikeouts. He's got it in 3. How?
Yeah,
that's
that
like
is
comparing
insane.
Greg Maddox's walks to any other fucking pitcher.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mattingly has struck out 444 times in his in his MLB career. I guess
Volpe's got more.
That
the
is
first
kinda
year,
low.
the first year doesn't really. 1982 doesn't really count because he only played 7 games.
It's true.
But he had like his strikeout numbers were usually like somewhere in like the high 20s or low 30s for most of his career. And
His
then
most was
Anthony
43.
Volpe,
That's insane.
and then
Also,
Volpe has
He
Volpe
probably
has
40.
464 strikeouts in 3 seasons.
That is
With
absolutely
and his strikeout clip, believe it or not, his the clip at which he struck out has actually gone down a little bit. He struck out 167 times his rookie year, 156 last year, and now this year he's down to 141.
and they said he wasn't getting better.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's Cashman's victory lap right there.
Also, I gotta say, looking at Don Mattingly's baseball reference, like I knew he had the injuries thing, like, and it's well detailed. It's like, okay, yeah, I believe it. And I've said on the show, like him and David Wright are the same guy. But I look at his games log, he played more than I thought. Like came up, you mentioned 7 his rookie year, and then 91 the next year, and then 153, 159, 162, 141, 144, 158, 102, 152, 157, 134, 97, 128. That's healthier than I was expecting to see quite a few sub 100s in there. There really was one.
Yeah, that ain't bad at all.
That was, I mean, I believe it that it was like, yeah, he was great and he could have been greater if he didn't have
If he
these
wasn't
elements.
injured.
Like I believe it. I guess he was probably playing through it, and that's probably what diminished. Which, like again, fair.
Yeah, but
Yeah, the RBI
he
numbers
went through
do
it.
drop, so he was probably just playing through these things.
Different
Yeah,
time.
his last
Different
100
time.
RBI year is 89. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, back in the day when you drink beer and eat hot dogs in the clubhouse.
That reminds me, this might be an off-season topic. Baseball Mustache Hall of Fame. Don Mattingly's on there, right?
Yeah,
the mustache Hall of Fame. Yeah.
It's still
I
to
would
this
say
day when
so.
I see him without it, I'm like, you're not Don Mattingly. That's
That's
not the
Yeah,
Don
he does.
All I know.
Yeah, as like a coach and manager without the mustache, he looks looks like a different person.
Yeah. Like when they talk about like Mattingly playing hard and having to play through injuries, like I see that guy with the mustache and I'm like, yeah, that guy's a badass. I believe it.
Shit, who else had a good mustache back in the day?
Oh man, you could live in the 80s alone.
Yeah, obviously Keith.
I feel like guys try it now and it's like, yeah, you're just cosplaying as a stash guy. It's like Spencer Strider did, and it's like, knock it off.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I didn't have to shave for school. Yeah, that's what that looks like.
The only one I can think of is Raleigh.
Oh yeah, Raleigh's
Mustache
fantastic.
wise.
Yeah, he's the patron saint of the place. That's yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that's the only mustache I can think of.
I'm trying to think who's got the best stash in Met history. That's
Skeens has a pretty good stash.
it works for him.
Yeah.
Because of the type of pitcher he is, it's like, yeah, he should have that. I hate to say it. It kind of worked for John Smoltz. I don't like saying it, but there was a time where it's like, you're like, ah, fuck, we're not hitting that guy, are we?
No.
I don't know why he went to the full goatee. Like the stash worked for him. I might have to do some research on who has the best stash in Met history, because it's the only one that first jumps to mind for me is Wally Backman, which is fine, but I'm like there's got to be someone else that I'm just not. Piazza, I guess, technically could, but he kind of had more of a goatee. So to me, I don't think of him as a stash guy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the top 3 off the top of my head would probably be Piazza, Wally, and Keith.
Oh, of course. How can
Keith?
How did
Yeah.
you know what? You know what? I'm going into the penalty box for 2 minutes. That's an egregious oversight on my part. The delay of game penalty. You run with it.
2 minutes for delay of game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I forgot about Keith. Shit.
Yeah, I guess I guess the Yankee Mustache Hall of Fame is we're just getting started, I guess.
Oh, fucking Randy had a good one too.
Yeah, Randy Johnson.
Are we recording right now?
Yeah, we're like 30 minutes deep.
I know it says recording, but I don't know if it's counting.
Yeah, Randy Johnson.
Randy had a good
Randy
one.
Johnson definitely had a good stash.
The old bird killer.
It's kind of crazy that of all people, that like even Randy Johnson had to shave his mustache when he came to the Yankees, and the one guy that got the rule changed was Devin Williams. Actually,
oh, did he?
I think
I
you were.
When Damon had to fucking shave.
Oh yeah, that was nuts.
That was insane.
Actually, I think you were allowed to have a mustache on the Yankees. It was the beards you weren't allowed to have. So actually, the Yankees do have some mustache history, but I'm not prepared enough to talk about it. So yeah, that might be a future thing. But yeah, let's you guys want to dive into it with the Mets?
Well, are you good on your end?
Yeah, no, I think I'm pretty I think I'm pretty good on my end with Yankees talk. Obviously just keep stacking wins, keep stacking series wins, and hopefully we'll have this hopefully we'll have a playoff spot wrapped up by the time we talk next week, and maybe we'll still have something more to play for than just that. But the goal of course is really just get in and see what happens. I don't think I'm not expecting the division, but I think you take the W's where you can get them, and you go from there.
This kind of feels more unnerving than before, because at least last week you could just kind of ride the idea of, hey, look, all our veteran starters are either hurt or they've thrown their career high in innings, and they're just, hey, we just got to ride it out. And these kids, they don't have those issues. They're healthy. Their innings totals are fine as far as I know. They haven't been touched by the coaching staff, so they're not nibbling at they haven't been told to nibble the corners. Like, they're just going right at hitters, because up until last weekend it was, hey, they're giving us 6 innings every time they're going out there. Like, they're doing exactly what we've been begging for all summer. Like, the pitching staff hasn't affected them. They've just gone out and done what they've done all year down in Syracuse and Binghamton. All right, we've got 3 of them. We might have a shot.
Yeah.
And then poor Jonah Tong. If anything, like, this just kind of proves that it's on the pitching, because to me, like, and I was one of them. Everyone's like, you got to bring Tong up. He's been the best of the 3. How can you not do this? And I mean, we were saying this for months. And then the poor kid gets jumped. And that's not even a great Texas lineup that got him. Seager was out. Adolis Garcia was out. Simeon was out. Like, if those 3 hit him, hey, yeah, what are you going to do? They've done that to plenty of good pitchers, and they'll do it again. But, like, the fact that it was walks, it was blue pits. It wasn't – they weren't teeing him. He self-destructed. And now it's like, God, did they ruin him? Or, like, is he going to be all right next time out? Like, he's pitching tomorrow. We need a series win. Like, it. And I'm genuinely worried that it's like, man, I hope he's not so far in his own head that, that he's done for this year.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, you hope it's not like you hope he doesn't feel like he has like the whole like weight of the world on his shoulders, basically, like
And
having to
credit to
worry
the team.
about like like for him it's because it's like, oh, like I got to bounce back from a bad start. Like for me personally, like in my career, in the very early stages of my career, and also like my team is counting on me to try and win this series, like to hold on, to cling to this precious lead we have on this last playoff spot. So yeah, but I do feel like it hasn't really been a matter of with these new Mets pitchers. I don't really feel like it's been a matter of like pressure or the moment being too big for them. I think
Yeah, no.
I think Tong just kind of I think he just kind of had a bad start against Texas, and then it just unraveled from there. But I mean,
It's the mentality there. It's the mentality.
Yeah, but I mean, outside
I love
of that,
fucking McLean.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fucking...
And credit to the team for picking Tong up. Like everybody after the game on Friday was like, "Hey, we had 9 innings to go get that back." Like, hey, everybody has a bad start. Like, we still think the world of the kid. Like, I think they knew, like, hey, we've got to make sure that we can't throw this kid under the bus, and that we can't lose this guy.
100%.
Because every single shot of him in the dugout for the rest of that game, like he looked like me in high school, finding out the girl I was interested in wasn't interested in me. He's just like
dejected.
And it sucks. It sucks because he wanted a great fucking start.
Oh yeah, the first couple was like, hey, we got something.
Yeah. Honestly, I think his confidence will still be high for tomorrow, so I'm not too worried. It has to be a win. It has to be a fucking win.
And like we said, it's going in with the Padres, it's your chance to win that game is going to be against their starter, because they can roll Mason Miller out in the 7th inning. And guess what? Robert Suarez is still behind him. Like they've still got 3 or 4 other guys that they're comfortable rolling out against anybody for any matchup. And that's even with Jason Adam being out. So it's better have the lead after the 6th inning or you're dead.
All they need is really fucking 3 to 6 outs per fucking pitcher, and it's just like, all right, well, that's the end of the fucking rest of the game.
Yeah, it's very 2015 Royals-ish, where it's like, well, you're not going to hit that guy. I mean, somehow we still almost hit Mason Miller, even for any other team. That ball clangs off the pole, or it like just scrapes it. Like,
Exactly.
This is where our inferiority complex comes from, because only goofy shit like that happens to us.
Yeah, that would have had us right back in the fucking game. We possibly could have fucking won it. Possibly,
not a doubt in my mind.
Yeah, I think you would have won it if
I'm like shit.
If that goes the right way.
It's just fucking unfortunate. Really fucking unfortunate.
The good news is that the lineup seems to have kind of come out of, from being as hot as you could be in August, and then, the first 8 or 9 days of September went dead again, and you thought, oh, great, they blew it.
That's it.
Kind of back, not quite back to where they were in August, but some signs of life.
We're slightly getting there. We're slightly getting there. Marte's doing well. McNeil's doing well.
Alvarez is okay. And that,
But as long as Alvarez is hitting some, I'm taking it. I'm taking it. Mullins wasn't bad. Like I said, it wasn't bad.
All right, I'll give him that.
I'm not expecting a lot from Mullins. I like Mullins for his fielding. That's about it.
If you had told me in June, boy, you are going to miss Tyrone Taylor in a couple months, on the basis of what? Boy,
you'd be like, what is he gonna pass away? Like,
yeah.
I was gonna make a bad joke, but we probably can't record that one.
No. One of my teams has already lost a guy this year. I don't need that again.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right.
Yeah. Who would have thought, like, when Alvarez I thought for sure Alvarez was done for the season last night when he got hit. Somehow it only hit his tricep. I say only that, like I didn't take 101 there. And I'm
Yeah, like, oh, it's just your tricep.
yeah, like come on, quit being a pussy.
You'll be all right.
But
Come on,
I was
walk it
like,
off. Walk it off.
the funny thing is, if you go back and look at that clip, he goes to the ground. He is about to get up and go fight that guy, and then the pitcher immediately shut up like, no. But he was going to fight him.
Alvarez gets hit too often. Too often.
What God
It's
do we
insane.
have to appease for him to get like 30% better luck? Because I just like
Seriously.
every slide into a base. Like, I mean, he's a catcher. Like, you're gonna get foul balls off your mask anyway. Like, that's
That's
hazard with the job. But yeah, he just has some brutal luck. And I'm like, I'm not saying he has to have the best luck in the world. I just want him to have not the worst luck. It's one of those things. Like, it's funny. I was watching the game with my dad the other night, and he had came out, and he was like, they might need to look for another catcher next year. And I'm like, you can't give up on a guy who's like, you see it with his arm, you see it with his bat. You don't give up on a dude like that before 25. It can be frustrating. I understand, because you see the talent and you go, that's our catcher for 12 to 15 years. We're set.
You'd hope so. You'd hope so. But the wear and tear is gonna fucking hurt him.
It is, and I totally get that. But it's just like you let that guy give him every chance to prove it. That if he's good enough and his body holds up, like, it'll happen and you'll see it. And if it doesn't, well, then you make your move. And also, the last time they gave up on a young catcher because he got hurt too much, he then went to Atlanta. We know how that turned out. You really want that again?
Hell no.
I prefer to avoid that.
Watch him go to the Phillies.
No, I don't want to hate him.
We already hate Harrison Bader enough.
Yeah, I can't remember if I said this on the show last week or not, but Harrison Bader wrote that whole Instagram post after 2024, like wrote a caption like a relationship ended or something. And now he's out here hitting like 800 against the Mets. I don't think he meant a fucking word of it.
Yeah,
big liar.
Fucking unfortunate, man. Just fucking terrible.
Yeah. So I know that
the whole time.
So I know that you said that, you obviously you need the series win against the Padres, and I know you said you'd take a series win against the Nationals, and I guess the hope is
Nationals.
You got to sweep the Nationals.
I was gonna say, yeah. Is there like at least one series where you need a sweep to like make sure that you get
Nats and Marlins?
Probably
Marlins.
The Nationals are that because it's like the Marlins obviously are not like they're going to finish with a losing record, but like we've seen it from them that it's like, hey, this Marlins team was a problem last month when we played them. Like, not to mention the 2007, 2008 of it all. But like that Nationals team has not been good for a while now. Like even the things that you would point to earlier in the year to say, hey, they've got Gore, they've got Abrams, they've got James Wood, they're going to be fine. Like even all of them have kind of taken it down.
Yeah,
like,
James Wood
numbers are
kind of fell off a cliff.
James Wood's numbers for 2 months now have gone through the floor. Like I don't know what you point to right now for the Nationals where you're like, hey, I think Wood, Abrams, and Gore will be fine ultimately long term. But in terms of this season, it hasn't gone well. Like that's where it's like you got to go get this. And I look at the pitching matchups. They're not going to see Mackenzie Gore this weekend. They will see Andrew Alvarez on Friday night. He's thrown 15 2/3 innings. On Saturday,
gotta get on him early. Early and often.
Yeah, they'll face Cade Cavalli on Saturday. He's a rookie. They'll face Mitchell Parker on Sunday. Mitchell Parker's got an ERA near 6. Like you have to sweep that.
This should be
a serious about getting there.
Should be a sweep. The only surprising one might be the rookie, where maybe he has a fucking amazing start.
Cavalli is a prospect for them, so I could grant you that's like, hey, maybe the talent just really shows up. Fortunately for us, we'll have Sproden McLean going in this series. So that'll
yes.
You would feel like, okay, we should get quality outings from them.
We definitely
Our offense just has to get like 5. And hopefully that's enough.
and hope the rest of our bullpen can maintain it.
Well, and then Sunday is Holmes, and based on last night,
They've been
I don't
doing
hate the Holmes Mania piggyback idea at all. I kind of been vouching for that for a little bit now.
Yeah, I was
It's
gonna
not
say
bad.
that's what they've been doing, right? So how does it work? Like Holmes opens and like how have
Kevin
they
Minay
kind of been splitting up that usage?
So I believe Holmes threw the first 4 or 5, and then Mania threw the rest. And
Okay.
They did this in the Kansas City series right before the break. It was Mania's first outing since the injury, and they did the same thing where it's. And at this point, we weren't out on Clay Holmes. We were like, all right, he's in a little bit of a bump. We'll be okay. Like, all right, you got 5 innings out of Holmes. I think it was tied most of the way, and Mania threw really well being the piggyback. I think they hit him in the 9th inning, but like to that point, I think they'd had like 1 base runner against him. So it's like, all right, they strung a couple hits together and they won the game.
That was probably
Last
his
night,
third
he
time
looked
through the
really
lineup
good.
at that point.
Yeah, and last night they never really touched him. So it's and other than the Phillies start last week, Mania, since he's came back, has basically had the same pattern of the first 3 or 4 innings, he looks fine, and then he gets tired. So if you can get 5 from Holmes, and that's generally about as far as he goes now, Mania to get your
comes
4.
in.
Like I could work a playoff start that way. I'd be fine with that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Maybe a little 4-4-1 action. 4 for me
and Diaz.
It's almost like it's like the new version of old school baseball where the starters throw like 8 innings and then you just have your closer.
Come in, yeah. Well, we have a duo starter.
Even like back then, like your number 3 guy was like your fireman.
Yeah. different. It's a different world in baseball nowadays. I honestly, one thing I loved about old school baseball was the strategic pitching that doesn't really exist nowadays.
Like with the pitcher hitting and stuff and double switches.
No, I mean where the pitcher's not really focused on the heat. They're really fucking with the batter and throwing those
relying on
balls
their commands.
Yeah, I miss that.
It's what's made like Kyle Hendricks has made a whole career like he doesn't go above I don't think he ever really touched 90. And he was the guy that was living in the like top 5 of ERA boards for quite a while. Dan Herron did that for quite a long time.
Yeah. It's definitely possible, just not oftenly done.
Yeah, now it's just like everyone throws like at least 95.
Yeah.
Like I feel like even
breaking balls coming at you at 95.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah, people have like 92 mile an hour sliders.
You've got more throwers than pitchers.
Yeah, exactly. It's throwers, not pitchers. They're just like, all right, I got it over the plate. Try to touch me.
Yeah, like like maybe it's because like I didn't pay enough attention to him in the minors, but when Jonathan came up and it was like, oh, he's throwing around, like 94, 95 miles an hour. It's like, oh, that's like kind of not what I was expecting. But that's like kind of the range where he lives.
And like crazy enough, like when we were growing up, if a guy was touching 95, it's like that's a flamethrower. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, yeah. This guy's unhittable.
The dudes that hit 100, like those were unicorns. I was like, you hit 100?
It's like, oh, are you from this planet?
Yeah. Like Kyle Farnsworth threw 100. It's like, oh my God. Why would you ever step in against that guy?
I think Zito used to
throw. You wouldn't for different reasons, but
yeah.
Because he'd fight you, but it's like
the days when you would throw a 90 mile per hour fastball, then hit him with a fucking 75 changeup.
Yeah,
come on, that was great baseball, great pitching.
It was like the whole sell with Pedro Martinez. That was that like, yeah, he'll throw a fastball at 96, and then his change is at 81.
Yeah. Like just you literally just have to be sitting on a pitch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I don't know how else you could like make contact.
That fucks with you. It fucks with every batter.
I mean, like I just gotta imagine, like, because obviously I would never know how to be this good, but it's like I just got to imagine these guys sit on everything where it's like, all right, scouting report tells me he favors change in exactly this scenario. I'm just looking change.
Yep. I'm going to foul off everything else.
Yeah.
And wait for
I'm going to wear him down till it's his only option.
Yep. Shit, that's what Soto did when he hit his home run today. Yep. It's great. Great at bat.
I mean, that video he did about the home run off of who was it in the playoffs? It wasn't Clase. It was the other Hunter Gaddis, the one that won the AL pennant, where he walks through it. And he's like, all right, he's throwing me everything else.
Yeah,
all right, he's got to throw fastball here.
Yeah, me and Justin watched that.
Yep. Plate discipline is a nuts thing to me because honestly, if I was a batter, I'd have no fucking plate discipline whatsoever.
Yeah,
like Vlad Guerrero being a 300+ hitter and literally swinging at balls in the dirt and making contact. That could have been me.
Yeah,
I could do that. Why couldn't I do that?
I love Vlad. Shit.
Like,
Vlad and Cliff
Floyd.
Bad ball hitters are it's just like, man, you discovered the alchemy. That's it. I was this close. I could have been you.
Don't pitch in the strike zone.
they kept saying I was stepping in the bucket. It's like, no, I wasn't making contact.
That's what the problem was.
No, Keith, don't put your foot in the bucket. I'm like, no, I'm right there.
Oh man.
Also salute to Juan Soto, home run number 41 tonight.
Yep.
The only Mets with a higher home run total in one season, it's Pete twice. That's it.
Wow.
And Soto had a fucking shit start.
Not even like I would say
I won't say
below
shit,
average
but
for him. For him.
Yeah. Yes, for him. So
yeah, he had like 50. A below average start for his standards.
Yeah, he could have hit 50 this season easily.
And I guess like maybe just to kind of round it all off is, I guess if there's anything you would tell this team is that, like, if you find a way through this and you can make something out of this, like I always talk about, the 99 team is the one that made me fall in love with this team to where like I am the nutcase that I am now. They had a 8-game losing streak, I believe, in September, or maybe a 7-game losing streak, but they had an extended losing streak in the middle of that. Everyone thought they were about to fold again because they did the year before. And everyone's like, man, does this team have it? They just got to the line. They forced the 1-game playoff. They beat the Reds, and then they went on that run. And everyone always talks about, they lost the game 6 and Kenny Rogers and all that. But they are respected. But they are respected for having some fight back. And it's like, okay, yeah, you lost, but you went out on your shield. Like, you lost, you died trying. Like, there's no real shame in losing in extra innings of game 6. Like, you were there. It's like people really
end up similarly.
Yeah, it's like, if you could just get in and do something, like, no one's going to remember that you had 2 really bad months. Like, the 1973 team was below 500 at the end of August. Then they they beat the Big Red Machine in the NLCS, and they took the Dynasty A's to Game 7 of the World. Like, nobody really remembers it. Like, oh, they lost that World, they blew it. Not really. It's, hey, man, look how far they got.
Yeah.
Like,
do you think
you have a chance to change the story here?
Do you think if say we do get the last wild card or even the fucking second wild card, do you think it's Alonso or Soto that takes us there?
I think it's Soto because
I would agree.
We have seen him be a playoff riser. When he's had his, I mean, I know he wasn't great during his postseason run in San Diego, but I think everyone can agree that he was the backbone of Washington doing what they did in 2019. And I think everyone would agree that him and Stanton were the two bus drivers last year. So we know that like that guy's not going to fold. So if this team finds a way in, the $765 million guy's got to be what they say he is. And I don't say that like being skeptical, but it's like this is why. Because we
definitely don't get there without him.
100%. Now I'd agree. We don't get to the playoffs if Soto slumps.
Yeah, it's like that's the key to everything. We mentioned this on the show last week. I guess if there's one thing that you would say about this year, it's that we can point to so many moments last year with Lindor where it's like, oh man, we had to have that. We had to have that. We had to have that.
Yep.
Soto doesn't have that. We had to have that moment yet. He's had a lot of moments where it's, hey, we had an 8-run inning and he had a 2-run single that kept it going, or he had the hit that started it, or he had a walk line moving.
Yeah.
A lot of those.
But he doesn't have the one where it's because of him.
Yeah. Like tonight could have been that. I mean,
he's had a few just missed the foul pole away. He's been a few feet away from the foul pole from having like one of those
2 inches to the right.
And to be fair to him, it should have happened in the last Marlins series when they were down 8-0, and he tied the game 8-8, and then they handed it back. I remember when he tied the game, I'm like, that's it. That's going to be the thing that really gets this going, where it's like, man, when we really needed one, he tied the game, and then we came back from this big deficit, and it was all him. And then no. So to be fair, he should have had one.
Yeah. And if we won that game, maybe we would have continued. Maybe. Right.
Because that's one of those, okay, cool. Now everyone's going to get off my back about this. Or people are going to say that I can't do this. When I know he can. I've seen him do it.
He just hasn't done it for us.
I still feel very strongly it's coming. Everything else, as the years gone along, like everyone's like, oh man, is he going to be able to do this again? Is he still this guy? And it's like, yep, he had 40 homers again. Yep, he's got 100 plus walks. Yep, he's going to drive in 100. Oh, he's going to steal 30 bases too. You didn't know he could do that.
Yeah.
So it's like everything that everyone wondered, like, oh, is he still that guy? Like, so the only thing he hasn't checked off is this. I got a feeling he will.
That clutchness. That's what we need. That's what we fucking need. It's painful just watching. So we have so many runners in scoring position this game, and it's just it's painful. It's painful.
Yeah, some teams seem like they're just like allergic to hitting with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, got a man on second. Bring him home.
It's
fucking.
Can we find out Eric Chavez's opinions on a few other things? No, I'm not going to go. I'm not going there. I mean, you could just straight up fire him anyway, but
yeah, you could fire him the old-fashioned way for poor job performance. But
yeah,
we all know that doesn't matter anymore in 2025. It
sure doesn't.
It's all about the tweets. But you guys have any final thoughts on the Mets? Justin, do you think the Mets will make the playoffs? If you gun to your head,
make the playoffs. I think it's going to come down to the Marlins series, and that I'm scared of.
Can't blame.
It's hard to say yes. We do. It's just hard to say yes. Because honestly, if the other fucking teams have a losing streak of 5-3, I'll say definitely. If the next series, any of the teams behind us just lose, get swept, Mets should definitely fucking make it. But I don't see that happening, so it's going to come down to the final series, and that's where Soto needs to fucking show up.
The thing is it's what's kind of frustrating all this is that everyone else kind of has a series where it's okay, that's a layup for them, but it's not like any of these other teams have a cakewalk schedule the rest of the way. Like, for instance, The Diamondbacks have this is
They
their
got the
remaining
Phillies.
schedule. Phillies at home, Dodgers at home, at Padres. All going to be playing for even the Padres, who will probably be in. They're probably playing for they might be chasing the Cubs for to potentially host that first round series.
And I mean, they might.
Yeah.
They also might be thinking we want to keep the Diamondbacks out.
That too.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
none of those series will be anything where teams are rolling out the red carpet for them. The Reds have 4 with the Cubs this weekend. Now they do get the Pirates after that, but then they have to go to Milwaukee to finish.
Oh,
Who knows what the Brewers could be doing at that point?
Brewers might not care too much about that series.
They might not, but it might still be in play. We don't know. The Giants have 4 in LA this weekend. Then they go to St. Louis for 3. Now they do finish with Colorado, but it might be too late at that point. That's a pretty heavy 7 right there. The Cardinals have the Brewers this weekend, who still haven't clinched their division. They still haven't clinched the 1 seed, so they're going for it. Then they got to go to San Francisco for 3. Then they have to go to Chicago for 3 to finish. So even for as much as we're like, oh man, we got the Marlins and the Cubs and all that, it's like everyone else is probably looking at their schedule going, oh man, how are we going to get through this? So it's
we might have the easiest
keep your
schedule
head
out
above
of
water, and you're probably fine.
Yeah,
I would hope that the Pirates would want to ruin the Reds season. Tommy Pham needs to get the boys fired up.
He was a Red at one point, wasn't he?
I think he was. At this point, it's like, what teams didn't Tommy Pham play for is probably a better question.
They're like, hey, man, keep Ryan Hayes got to be out of this situation. He doesn't also get to enjoy the playoffs. You come back down here with us.
Yeah. Yeah, we got an extra. We booked an extra room in Cancun just for you, pal.
He helped us get some rebates, but that's not important.
You guys got any final words on the Mets, or should we do this Jets Bucks preview?
Oh, let's get to it. This is what I've been waiting for.
Jets Bucks.
So thanks to Justin for appearing. I didn't really give Justin a proper introduction when he came on because I was kind of caught off guard, and I apologize if you were in the waiting room.
No. I just got home, man. All good.
But So for those of you who don't know me, Justin, and our friend Mo, we do a Jets football pod called the Emergency Landing Podcast. Obviously, me and Jerry do 4 to 7 pod, which is the New York baseball pod. Since Jerry is a Florida resident and a big Tampa Bay Bucks fan, I thought this would be a good week to kind of bring the families together. So,
and I do want to issue a clarification because I think longtime watchers of the show will know I'm also a Ranger fan. We've brought up hockey on the show, and people wonder, man, how'd you not end up picking a New York football team? Because both sides of my family are from Brooklyn. My dad's a Jet fan. He ensured, no, please pick somebody else.
That's good parenting, to be fair.
Listen, I would do the same with my kids, as far as the Mets go. But when I moved here, the first thing I learned was how much people cared about college football down here. I growing up in the Northeast, I didn't know, and it was one of those you got to pick one of the 3. And when I moved here, I picked Florida State initially. I am now a college football widow for a litany of reasons. But I was an FSU fan, and my 2 favorite Florida State players were Warwick Dunn and Derek Brooks. And then they both got drafted by the Bucks. It's like, well, that's it. I have to be a Tampa fan now. 28 years later, here I am.
Yeah,
that works.
Yeah, I feel like the whole college football thing, I feel like that's something that you learn when you leave New York, because it's growing up in New York,
college football,
especially Long Island. There's no Justin's not a college football fan. There's really no team to really get behind. Hofstra
At all.
doesn't have a team anymore. Me and Justin both went to Adelphi University, which doesn't have a team. Sometimes I wish that I went to a college with a football team.
With a football team, yeah.
But like Hofstra doesn't have a team anymore. I mean, they produced like Wayne Corbett and Marcus Colston, but outside of that, they haven't really produced that much. None of the other like Long Island college teams are really like notable. Like the closest
LIU played Florida a couple weeks ago. It was not pretty.
Yeah. What do they leave, like 58-0 or something?
Which is great though, because it gave Florida fans hope, and they've just proceeded to fall over themselves the past 2 weeks. I've enjoyed that.
Yeah. So LIU is down pretty bad, but yeah, like it's like the closest thing to you to like a real college team is like Rutgers, I guess. But it's like unless you like go there or whatever, it's like why would you really have like an affinity for them? But yeah, I feel like once you leave,
Greg Schiano, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, like once you go somewhere else, you kind of realize like how big college football is in like other parts of the country.
Yeah, not
when I came
here.
when I came out here, it's like, oh, everyone's either like a Pitt fan or a Penn State fan, or you got some WVU fans. We had the backyard brawl last week. It was an absolute disgrace.
I was gonna say, you holding up?
Yeah.
No, and I mean that with all sincerity, because once I found out you're a Pitt fan, I'm like, all right, I kind of hope they win this. Like, I know how real that is.
Yeah, no, that was what happened. Yeah, the way they blew that game was disgraceful. But yeah, let's get into some Jets Bucks. So the Jets are 0-2, the Bucks are 2-0. I mean, we had one loss that looked kind of encouraging, and then we had a loss last week where it looked like a lot of losses that we've seen. The type of Jets loss that has just transcended regimes throughout history, where it's like, oh, this could have been the Todd Bowles Jets, or this could have been the Adam Gase Jets, or Saleh's Jets. Like any era of Jets, you tell me, and I believe it. Fields got a concussion, so it's going to be Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
We are going to have probably the best uniform match of the week. The Bucks will be wearing the white creamsicles, and we'll be wearing the home greens.
This did come across my my desk this evening. It said the Jets have faced the Buccaneers 4 times while they were wearing their old all-white uniforms, which is what we'll be wearing this Sunday. The Jets are 4-0 in those games.
Uh-oh.
Now, one of them was during the expansion 1976 season, so there's that.
Yeah.
Look,
that was the year they didn't win a game, right?
That was the first. Well, it was almost 2 full years, but yeah, 76 was the, which is why we're wearing those jerseys, because this is our 50th season.
Yeah, and it's the home opener, so it's like
wow. There's actually a picture of Joe Namath facing the Bucks. I thought he had already left by then.
He was like. Yeah, no, I think it was like the corpse of Joe Namath at that point, but yeah, he was still there. I think towards like the late 70s.
And then there's Vinny Testaverde as a Buck facing the Jets.
Oh, I'll be damned.
As a Buck, damn.
Yeah, because I think Vinny was a 76 was actually Namath's last year with the Jets. Then he played for the Rams for 1 year. Yeah, Vinny played for the Bucks before he played for the Jets, I believe. Because didn't he?
He was a number 1 pick for the Bucks.
Yeah. Because I remember him. When I think of Vinny as a Tampa Bay Buck, I think about like the creamsicle jerseys.
Yeah, that's it. It kind of was the summary of. Well, people say that the 2010s were the lost decade for the Bucks, but basically from like 83 to 96, I think they lost 10 or more all 13 years. And he was supposed to be the guy coming out of Miami. It's like, okay, this is a dude from Miami when Miami is at their peak. He was a Heisman Trophy winner. It's like, this is the guy. And he was kind of the 80s version of Jameis. He gave the ball to everybody.
Yeah.
And then come to find out he was colorblind, which like, oh, well, duh. Of course it was.
Jameis couldn't see. He couldn't see colors.
Yeah. joke, like people think we're joking when we say, like, "Oh, Baker's probably already a top 3 quarterback in Buck history." I'm being serious.
He
the
probably
list
is.
it's not deep.
Yeah, I mean, is it just like Tom Brady, Baker Mayfield, and Brad Johnson?
Brad Johnson has to be like Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl. He's got to be on there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like Doug Williams gets a shout because he was the quarterback when the Bucs got good for the first time and also got a very raw deal here. Yeah, like he's up there. And shit, like one season of Josh Freeman.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Yeah. Sean King was
Sean King
almost
was good.
He got to a Super Bowl.
Well, if the refs hadn't invented what the fuck a catch is, he might have.
Yeah. They
I'm
still
not over it.
yeah, and they still don't know what the fuck a catch is, and they have redefined the rules so many times since then.
All of that started that day.
Yeah.
Because as soon as the season was over, the NFL was like, you know what? Our bad. That's a catch. Sorry.
Oops. We're not gonna fix it or anything, but yeah, we'll just say we're sorry and try and do better next time.
Mind you, a couple of months earlier was the NLCS loss to the Braves, and then that game happens. And for a half hour after the game, this was me on the couch. They were joking, right? They're going to come back out and play the real last 130, right? That was a first down. Emmanuel, why are they rolling the stage? That was a prank, right? What's happening?
Just a prank, bro.
I thought you were going to say when you think about Vinny against the Bucks, it's the it was either 2000 or 01, and you guys came right after Keyshawn got traded. I remember dreading that game. I'm like, man, if there's one game the Jets are going to win that, like you guys were good, but I'm like, man, there's no way they're losing this. Like they're too pissed off at him to lose this.
Yeah.
And I remember the Jets getting the ball with like 3 minutes left and go, oh boy. Even with our defense, I'm like, this is just what's supposed to happen.
Weren't they like running out the clock and I think Allstott like fumbled or something? Someone fumbled.
I think it was either him or Warwick Dunn. And I hate to throw my guy under the bus, but I believe you're right. I'm gonna check that
I remember one of them fumbled, and then they had the trick play where they did a halfback toss to Curtis Martin, and then he threw it to Wayne Corbett for the touchdown.
And when we got beat on that, I'm like, I can't even be mad at that. Curtis Martin throwing the ball.
Yeah,
that's how you have to beat our defense. Okay. That was 2000.
Yeah. Yeah, I do have very vivid memories of that because I think I think that game put us at 4-0 for that season, and then we finished 9-7 and missed the playoffs.
That year was the first of our consecutive losses to the Eagles.
Yeah.
Typical.
Allstott fumbled, forced by Marvin Jones, recovered by Victor Green. We were up 11 with 2.5 minutes. Like, my God, that's worse than I remember it.
Yeah,
I just thought it was like close the whole way. It's like it's a 1-score game; it could go either way. So, that's worse than I remember.
It was
let it go.
Yeah, no, it was like supposed to be over, but yeah, no, that was that was definitely a one of the games of all time between the Jets and the Bucks.
Ironically, this is the first Jets Bucks game since that guy left.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, last time we played you guys. Since
that motherfucker,
I'm not even sure which that guy you're talking about, honestly. But
he may have sold his Twitter account.
Okay, yeah. Oh, that guy. Yeah, because that guy left
the woods.
Yeah, the other guy retired, but that was the last time we played each other. A man who sold his Twitter account took his shirt off and ran off the field during a play. I was like kind of adamant that I thought that should have been a too many men penalty.
I can't even say you're wrong.
Like, I'm not like super mad about it. I'm not super mad they didn't call it. I mean, at that point we were kind of at that point, like, our season was over and we were kind of in tank mode anyway. But it would have been nice to beat Tom Brady our last time playing him for all the trouble that he's caused us. But obviously that was just not going to happen. We had the jet sweep that wasn't to Braxton Berrios, or I forget. I think like they were going for it on 4th down, and it was like supposed to be a jet sweep, but they didn't jet sweep it, or something happened. But then they get stopped on 4th down. And then Tom Brady just like walks down the field for the winning touchdown.
The only other thing I remember about that game is he was throwing to Cyril Grayson for that drive. And Cyril Grayson, he literally elevated off the practice squad. And it's like, we don't even know if this dude has hands. He was just fast in college. Get him out there. Because Godwin had just gotten hurt 2 weeks. Like, part of the reason why the AB thing was so infuriating was like, one, just for what it was. But two, it was like, we needed him. And it's probably why it happened, because it was, we had signed him the year before, and it was like, you're on your last strike, buddy. Like, you better have your head down. And once Chris Godwin got hurt, it was, oh no, you need me. I can act.
Yeah. And he got arrogant as shit. It's a shame because, hey, if he wasn't that type of person, if he didn't have CTE,
express CTE.
he has Hall of Fame numbers, but there's no way the NFL lets him in the Hall of Fame when he's alive. Like, they're not going to let him make a speech.
No way.
Oh, definitely not.
I think posthumously he could get in.
Yeah,
I think that's like the most likely route that they'll take.
Knowing him, he'll probably record a posthumously fucking speech. whoever's gonna get it for him is just like, all right, yeah, play the speech.
Yeah, the guy who runs his Twitter account will like post it.
Here to speak on his behalf, the one person he actually paid.
Man.
Yeah.
But if he kept his head down, they probably win, because like the thing that really cost them in the Rams game was that it took them 3.5 quarters to get going on offense. And it was because, well, you're either going to throw it to Mike Evans or you're going to throw it to Gronk. And like Gronk's, like it was Gronk's last game. Like,
Gronk was on his last legs, and
like,
what was that guy's name? Grayson what?
Yeah, it's like, you're going to throw to Scotty Miller again? Yeah, okay. Like, that was it. But I will say there are a couple of things in the Jets' favor. Is one, we historically do not do well against backup quarterbacks, so that's got me nervous. I mean, our 2020 run almost ended before it began because of Taylor Heineke.
Yep.
I still wake up in a cold sweat thinking about that game.
I forgot about it.
That was probably. Well, I mean, the Packers game was really close, but I feel like that was probably like the closest game of that whole playoff run for you guys.
Well, the Saints game was in doubt for a long time. It was really the NFC was really the hard part.
Yeah, once you got to the Super Bowl, the Chiefs were food.
I will always tell people, it's like I never felt confident the week of the Super Bowl, because it's like it's number 15. Like,
Mahomes,
you have Tom Brady, but it's like, yeah, but that guy's next. I know it. and I remember after I finished making all my phone calls after we beat the Packers, I was like, all right, I might as well throw the Chiefs game. Let's see who we're playing. They're like, and Eric Fisher's being carted off. And I'm like, okay, losing your left tackle before the Super Bowl is not good.
Huge.
Yeah.
And then late in the week, they were, Mike Remmers is going to start at left tackle. I'm like, excuse who? Like, last time I saw that guy, Von Miller was wearing him like an expensive suit. I'm like, we might have something here.
Yeah. I'm glad that y'all did win that one because I didn't really want to see that torch be passed.
Well,
Just,
I mean, especially given what's unfolded since, yeah, that would have deeply hurt me.
Yeah.
I don't want to go down that road, though. I will say the other thing in the Jets' favor coming up this week is our offensive line is all out of sorts. Obviously, everyone knows about Tristan Wirfs being out.
Yeah,
but
that hurts.
On Monday night, Luke Gedeke, who's our right tackle, who we just paid really well. We gave him a $90 million extension. I forget his exact injury. I think it was a knee. They said it's not long-term, but he's probably going to miss 2 weeks, which not good because the Eagles are after this. And that's not a game you don't want to have your tackle for.
No.
Baker's going to be fucked.
And our right guard tonight got announced being out for the year. So
really?
Our line was already being reconfigured anyway. Graham Barton, who's normally our center, is the left tackle for right now. Ben Bredesen, who's normally our left guard, is the center. And we've basically had a free agent off the street playing left guard. And now we're going to have to – the guy who was supposed to fill in for Wirfs originally is now the right tackle. They had taken him out of the starting lineup like 10 minutes before the season started. Like the day of the first game, it was, all right, well, we're going to have Charlie Heck at left tackle. We'll just have to make do.
Charlie Heck.
And then like 10 minutes before kick, it was actually they're going to play Barton at left tackle and Heck's not going to start. And they're going to move Bredesen over to center. And it's like, they just announced this now? Like, that's not the best vote of confidence.
I did see a decent amount of Heck on Monday night. And yeah, I was wondering like whether or not he's any good just because like, you know, so close to my name and people in my life call me Heck. There are a lot of people who just call me Heck. So like, I was like, man, that might be a good jersey.
I'm gonna call McDonald 1.5.
Yeah. I think Will McDonald could be in for a big game. Jermaine Johnson. I don't know. Jermaine Johnson hurt himself again on
did he?
On Sunday. Yeah, he left the game with an ankle injury, which is never great. It doesn't seem like it's it doesn't seem like it's like anything, it doesn't seem like it's
too
anything serious or anything, but
he'll probably play through it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's gonna play. I don't know if he's gonna play on. I don't know if he's gonna play Sunday or if they're gonna be like, because they had been cautious with him like all summer in training camp and stuff.
Yeah,
that's a guy you got to get right.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if I wouldn't be surprised if they hold him out of this game. So. It could be a big game for Will McDonald. It could also be a big game for like Quinnen Williams to get, to kind of get on the board. I
would love to see Quinnen back in his old days where he is getting sacks. He's really attacking the fucking quarterback rather than just getting double teamed all fucking day.
Yeah, he did have one sack against the Steelers against the Steelers. Rodgers.
Yeah.
The thing that has been impressive with the makeshift line is the pass protection hasn't been great, which against the Texans you expect it because like that's their calling card, and they have Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter. Like they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
They held up better against the Falcons than I was expecting because they just drafted 2 pass rushers. This is exactly what they're there for. And Pearson Walker didn't exactly go off against us. They kind of did against the Vikings, which surprised me. But the thing that really stood out was how well they've been able to run the ball. Like I thought that might be a thing that's been such a focus of our offense, especially last year where, we can deploy Rashad White and Bucky Irving. And that really became a feature. And it was, okay, can we do that if our offensive line's not 100%? They were still running it. Like, they were running it out of duo. They were running a lot of gaps. And I mean, it was obviously they had to have the Baker run on 4th down to keep the drive alive, and then the one pass to Evans. But a lot of it was running the ball that won them the game the other night.
Yeah, I'm scared of Bucky especially because our
I
run
think
defense,
Bucky's gonna have a big game. Our
yeah,
run
I can see
defense is
Bucky
pretty
putting
bad.
up plus 100 easily, and that's going to be what's fuck. If that's what's going to fuck us. It's going to be Bucky running.
Or you might see a lot of screens to him. Like I think if we're going to thrive anywhere in the
we're
passing
terrible
game,
at that shit.
It's going to be a lot of like short, play action. Like let Bucky get out in space, let Rashad White get out in space because Baker just might not have the time to throw. I think the stat I saw was before Gedeke went out on Monday night, he was averaging 3.3 seconds to throw, and then after Gedeke went out, it went to 2.2. Not ideal. And if we're doing more shuffling, it might be about the same. Granted, I know I think like even you guys would say, yeah, we'd love to have the Texans pass rush, but it's if the quality of the line is down across the board, that number, it could be like 2.8. I still wouldn't be thrilled with that.
Yeah, I think Sauce will hold his own against Mike Evans, but I think Emeka Egbuka will have a pretty big game. I think that I know that Cade Otton's had like a kind of a quiet start to the season, but I could see it being a big week for him too because the Jets seem to love to do the thing where they do not throw to or cover tight ends.
Why
that would be great for Cade Otton. They just haven't targeted him. That's been the biggest thing. It's not like he's had drops or
there's just there's only one football and there's so many mouths to feed.
And part of that is the fact of just that Baker just hasn't had that time to be able to go through his progressions. It's been, well, fuck it. It's a mega time.
Yeah.
Fuck it. 13's down there.
Otten might have like 7+ targets.
Yeah. It could be that kind of game.
Yeah, if Sauce is doing his thing and taking out half of the field, then it could open some things up for Cade Otton. I know the Bucs have a pretty good run defense so far, which probably isn't the best matchup for us. Although I almost feel like we match up. I'm not saying like every week that Tyrod Taylor is like better than Justin Fields, although he might be, but I think that for the Bucs specifically, I feel like Tyrod Taylor gives us a better chance to win this game than Justin Fields would have.
I will say we did take a hit on the defensive line. Kalijah Cansey tore his pec on Monday night.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
done for the year.
Oof.
And I've seen multiple Bucs writers say they don't really have a replacement for him on the depth chart, even just like a body that fills his role. So they're probably going to have to go trade for somebody, which the dream would be Jeffrey Simmons, but I don't think that's happening. But they're just going to have to make do for right now until they can get somebody. So you might have a little bit of luck there. I still wouldn't advise running at Vita Vea, but you might have some luck otherwise.
Vita's going to tear through our fucking O-line.
Maybe the most startling picture I've ever seen was, and I screenshotted it when I saw it because I'm like, this is unreal. It was a couple years ago. It was a Lightning game they were at, and like Bucs players must have had a suite or something. And it's Vita Vea, someone else from the Bucs who I can't remember, and Ndamukong Suh, and they're all wearing like Lightning jerseys.
Yeah.
Ndamukong Suh looked like me standing next to Vita Vea, which tells you how much of an enormous person he is. Ndamukong Suh's never looked like that in his life.
No.
Not even 9 years old did he look small next to anybody.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, no, Vita Vea is a big ass motherfucker. I'm a little worried about him, but if Tyrod can escape the pocket, gain some more time, someone should get open. Should.
Yeah.
But it really
how's
on
like
the
Bucs? How's the Bucs like secondary and like pass defense?
So I am interested to see who gets the Garrett Wilson assignment. That could be Zion McCollum, who did get beat for the one touchdown by Nico Collins, but like generally I thought was pretty fine, at least so far this year. Jamel Dean could get that assignment. As I've said, Jamel Dean stan, and part of that's because I covered him when he was in high school down here. So you better believe I'm going up for a guy from where I live playing for my team. 100%.
Yeah.
The two rookies that we drafted in the second and the third, we got Benjamin Morrison from Notre Dame and Jacob Parrish out of Kansas State. They both got their first real playing time Monday night, and they were sending them on corner blitzes, which, okay, I see the vision.
That would work against us.
And that's not even counting for
well.
the fact that you could send Winfield on which they did 0 blitzes with him. You could send Tyke Smith if you want to. I think they're trying to get him to learn more of the disciplines of being a strong safety at the NFL level. I know he was one in college, but then they kind of scrapped all that last year and made him a nickel corner. But they had a positional need, pop back up at strong safety, so he's back there now. But I don't think they want to really do too many experiments with him there yet.
Probably not.
I will say this in only so much as that I get to see, but so much of you guys. Would you say that you have pass catching backs?
Yeah, Brees Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brees can catch passes.
Braylon ain't catching.
Yeah, Braylon's more of like a power back, and then Isaiah Davis is like he can kind of like Isaiah Davis is just like a very average player, like average pass catching. Like he's like your average third down back, basically.
Okay. If there's one thing that's kind of killed the Bucs in the first 2 weeks, it's anytime that they've had to put Servassier Dennis, and Chris, I know you know him from Pitt. I was hopeful of him last year before he got hurt. I was like, okay, he may not be a superstar or anything, but like that's a guy that, like, okay, if he's like a 5-6 year starter, that's a good pick.
Yeah,
and he has just been getting toasted in pass coverage each of the first 2 games by back. Bijan got him really bad in week 1, and then the rookie that Houston had out of USC, they were burning him the other night too, and I was just like, man, have they killed Servassier Dennis? His 24 Servassier not coming back this is not great. You might be able to make your bones there.
One interesting thing, about this quarterback matchup. So back in 2018, when the Browns finally ended their losing streak, it was Tyrod Taylor who started that game for the Browns against the Jets.
That's right.
And the Jets knocked Tyrod out of the game, and he got hurt. And then Baker Mayfield came in and led them to the win.
Fucking won the game.
Now they play each other.
Yeah.
Shit. I'm trying to think. I think that might have been on my birthday.
I think it was September 20th.
I know it was a Thursday night game because I was on the road with my college football team that we don't have anymore. But we had left Thursday night to go to our opponent we were playing that weekend, and we had just gotten settled in the hotel watching that. when we September 20th. That was on my 32nd birthday was that game.
Yeah, I remember it was the night before my friend's wedding.
Friday night wedding.
Shit.
But part of me died, I think, that night.
That was for me like a non-playoff loss that like killed me. Losing Daniel Jones' first start. I was like, is this what we're gonna be forever? Am I just in purgatory forever now? Like,
any New York team you face, gotta be a loss. Danny Dimes. Honestly, I'm laughing at the fact that he's playing so fucking well right now, out of nowhere.
I think Giant fans are more upset about Daniel Jones playing this well than they are that the Giants are 0-2.
Yeah,
like, we knew we weren't good.
Insane, absolutely insane.
I'm just looking at I'm looking at this box score because it's 2018. I'm wondering, like, man, I wonder who's still in the league. And Jarvis Landry had a 100-yard game. David Njoku's still there. David Njoku has been in Cleveland the whole time.
Didn't Njoku just have a decent game? Right?
He did.
Yeah, I think he did all right week 1.
Week 1, yeah.
But even then, now they got a old boy from Bowling Green. So he
Oh yeah, Harold
might
Fang.
be a guy to go after. See if David Njoku still gives you something.
Yeah,
I know the Discord today was talking about drafting a tight end, but you never know.
I wasn't too active in the Discord today. I mean, we did just draft Mason Taylor, but yeah, I mean, we've been talking about drafting a tight end for years now between Brock Bowers last year and either Tyler Warren or Colston Loveland this past draft. It's always been O-line versus tight end has been the great debate. I wanted Bowers.
I'm gonna put it to you guys from that game in 2018. Who do you think the Jets' leading rusher and receiver was that night?
I would guess the against the Browns.
Yeah,
I would guess Isaiah Crowell was our leading rusher and our leading
second.
Oh,
he had 34 yards on 16 carries that night.
He did. That was the game where he scored the touchdown and wiped his ass with the ball.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so he was our second leading rusher. I would say our first leading rusher was it Bilal Powell?
Survey says,
ding. And then our leading receiver. Let's see. I would say Robbie Anderson, but I feel like that's not it.
Robbie Chosen had 2 catches for 22 yards that night.
Was it Quincy Enunwa?
The very same. 4 for 57.
Oh, I was about to say, it better not be fucking Quincy.
It was.
I'll be damned.
God damn it. Oh, man. What a shit team.
Yeah, that was the year the Sam Darnold had like it was like the infamous graphic of like receivers for the Jets against the Bears, and it was like Sharon Peak and like Jermaine Kearse and like Chancey Stud. No, that wasn't Chancey Stuckey. That was a little bit after his time. But yeah, it was bad.
Scammer Supreme Buster Screen was still on this team. I thought he had moved on by then.
Buster
That's
Screen.
Right. Still out here scamming.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's had a lot of experience in that.
So I've heard.
Another journeyman.
He definitely scammed us.
We had fucking Herndon.
He's on here.
It's crazy we got a 4th round pick for him.
Yeah.
Back when teams were like dumb enough to like trade for players that teams were getting rid of instead of just waiting for them to cut them. That's why, like, I don't know. Everyone was all mad when we like cut Devontae Adams and didn't trade him, and they're like, "Oh, Joe Douglas at least traded these guys." It's like, all right, well, GMs are smarter now. I don't know what to tell you.
And it's like I don't think anyone right now looks and goes like, "Oh man, cutting Devontae Adams, how could you do that?" It's like it's been okay.
Yeah, he's still pretty good, but I mean, like he was never gonna stick around, and everyone knew that.
Yeah,
no, definitely not.
Future Buck Steve McClendon was in this game.
McClendon.
So it's only right that you guys knock Tyrod out of this game, and Brady Cook leads us to victory.
I gotta say,
Brady Cook ends up.
That would be another one. Like if Tyrod beats, it's like, yeah, it's another backup quarterback that beats us, and like that would be great. But it's like I've seen Tyrod be a good NFL quarterback. He's just had rotten luck.
Yeah,
like okay,
I don't think Tyrod's terrible.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a good sign, but it's like, okay, I've seen us lose to worse QBs than him.
Yeah.
Brady Cook just coming in cold. His first NFL
And then
snap.
dominating.
It's like, okay, I don't think we're a Super Bowl team. Like, I know I've seen us be people's dark horse picks or whatnot. I think our ceiling, if everything breaks right, and already we're losing guys, but it's like, if we absolutely max out what we're supposed to be, like, we can get to the NFC Championship game. But it's like, we're not better than the Eagles. I know that.
Yeah.
So, like, if Brady Cook has taken no NFL snaps in a regular season game and then comes in and beats us in Tampa, yeah, just cancel all of it right now. We're done here.
He throws for 300.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would imagine, I would imagine if that does happen, I feel like it would be like that time we played Tommy DeVito and they just didn't let him throw. I feel like it would be.
Yeah.
It's the other reason I'm scared is the game I went to last year was when Denver just absolutely put the clamps on us. And I just remember walking that game being like, I really just watched my team get punked by Bo Nix in our house.
Yeah, and we didn't know Denver was a good team yet.
Yeah.
Like, they were still considered a bad team. And
yeah, I just thought
Todd Bowles is always good for like a random stinker.
Well, even that one, I was just more like, I just thought we played bad. And it's like, no, Denver will do that to some teams. Like,
yeah,
you can
and
look
then they
back
beat
at
us
that
the
and make
next
the
week, and
quality
our
loss.
season was over. We never recovered. But
Bo's not bad, and their defense is legit.
Yeah, that's like they got two legitimate corners. Like if you're gonna beat the Bucs, that's how you do it.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So, what's the word? Final score predictions.
Final scores.
Ooh.
21-17.
Who?
Jets.
Oh.
I was gonna say Bucks, but 21-17, I gotta take the Jets.
All right.
It's gonna be 17-14 till late. And then
Tyrod leads a game-winning drive.
Yeah, somehow.
touchdown to Garrett Wilson.
Well, depending on how Sunday goes, I am going to be in the 300 section on Sunday. That could be very dangerous.
Oh boy.
I'll say 22-16 to the Bucks. I think it'll be one of those things where it's we all thought the Bucks were supposed to win. It's like, yeah, but we got some things to fix.
Like an ugly type of win.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, they don't ask how, they ask did you, but
they ask how many.
Yeah, and square by.
Yeah, I won't feel good going into the Eagles game. I know that much.
Did we lose Hacker?
That's the second show in a row we've lost Heck. That's
we lose the host.
I'm gonna guess this one was an accident.
There we
go.
My bad. I pressed the wrong button, I guess. So I'm gonna pick the Bucks as well. I think we played better than we did this past week. The offense shows a little bit. I think the offense shows a little bit of life. I'm gonna say
we get worse?
Yeah, right. I'm gonna say we lose, and I'm gonna say we lose 31-20.
Okay.
Ooh,
we lose.
They put up 31?
The offense shows some life, but we don't cover.
Okay. Do you think it's going to be a blowout? That's how they get 31, or is it going to be garbage?
I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be like a blowout. But I think it's going to be a close game where the Bucks pull away. I think it's going to be a close game, but like the Bucks are going to pull away late, and we're not going to be able to get a stop. Is how I feel like it ends.
Like you're going to look up, you're going to get to about like the 5-minute mark in the third quarter and be like, hey, they're in this.
Hey, we got a chance. And then nah. Bucky breaks out.
They're gonna give us some hope, and then they're gonna strip it away. But
We'll see.
yeah, that's those are our picks. That's I think that's a podcast unless anyone has any final words for the people out there.
Let's go Mets.
Let's go Mets. Please
Go
don't embarrass
Yankees.
us. Please.
Yeah.
Don't embarrass us.
Yeah. I think we're all just here to not get embarrassed, basically. But subscribe to 4 to 7 pod, subscribe to the Emergency Landing pod, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
See ya.